since a lot has been said about Trump or those last 3 days, but I thought it would be interesting to see how, well, the question is how to deal with the man, you know. And we have first-hand experiences here because a lot of them have been involved in their administration or sometimes even in the administration with Donald Trump. So maybe we're going to start with Hiro. Tell us what has been the experience of Trump 1 in Japan and how you lived through the thing.
Okay. First, thank you very much. I came from the other part of the globe, so I'm very honored to be here. And I just want to make two quick comments, including the answer to your question. One is about the distinctive potential differences between first and Trump and its risk, and also its opportunity. And second comment is about how we can best mitigate, or even we means US allies, mitigate and also take advantage of Trump's DNA. So first point, difference. I think key words for first-term Trump were, of course, transactional, as we all know, and second keyword was maybe playing golf together.
Playing golf, yeah.
So this means that the Trump made much of personal relationship and also chemistry. So then Prime Minister Abe understood his DNA as a politician and played golf for 4 times and enjoyed American beef hamburger together. Unfortunately, I don't know the result of the golf match because it is kept as a state secret. But I believe that he made effort to lose by slim margin in order to please Mr. Trump. But the second term will not be that simple at all. Second Trump will have much higher aspiration. He has only 4 years. So he will try to achieve something big, to be remembered as, to make himself greater again, or even greater. So there comes 2 new keywords. One keyword is so-called Neo-Yalta diplomacy.
Neo-Yalta diplomacy.
Neo-Yalta diplomacy. So again, 1942, Roosevelt, Churchill negotiated with Stalin about how to establish world order after World War II. Of course, the context is completely different, but the Neo-Yalta diplomacy. And then second keyword could be a Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize. Okay.
I'll get back to the point. So first, Neo-Yalta diplomacy. This means that Trump will try to achieve something big by directly negotiating with big power, such as China, Russia, regardless whether they are partner or adversary, but the size of the country will be more important in order to achieve something big. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why he really likes Putin and also Xi Jinping, Chinese leader, and he invited Xi Jinping to an inaugural ceremony. And I don't think Trump
I don't think he's coming.
Yeah, maybe he's not coming, but if Xi Jinping is as shrewd as Trump, maybe, I don't know, maybe virtually.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Trump doesn't necessarily love those people, but I think Trump believes that those dictators or autocrat leaders are more useful to negotiate and achieve something big.
So he's going to be more comfortable with rogue leaders to negotiate.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of the same DNA.
Right, same DNA. So, but to be fair, I think there is advantage and also big risk. And advantage is that maybe Trump might be able to achieve some big progress on a deadlocked issue. A typical one is war in Ukraine. But there are much bigger risks. That is the national interest of US allies in Europe and Asia will be neglected or even ignored. Let's remember that in 1942, Roosevelt, Churchill negotiated with Stalin, but I don't think that they consult in detail about that talks in advance with the U.S. or British allies. Of course, context is different, but there is a risk that middle power U.S. allies will be bypassed, ignored.
Yeah, we're going to come back to this.
Yeah. Then, similarly, there are second keyword is Nobel Peace Prize. Somebody, Israel.
Obama got it.
Right,
and
right.
was first surprised by it too.
Indeed. So Trump wants to make himself greater than Obama, and I believe that he firmly believes that Trump deserves better than Obama, who won the Nobel Prize by just by setting a goal to abolish nuke. So one of the biggest targets for that purpose could be North Korea or Iran or Middle East as a whole. So as for North Korea, again, he repeatedly says that I have a very good relation with Kim Jong-un, North Korean leader. I don't think he really loves him, but the North Korean leader, his relation with North Korean leader is important to make a deal. And so that is the one. And maybe, on the other hand, it is there was a discussion in the previous panel. Another agenda could be it could be a Middle East. Maybe he tried to complete the puzzle of Abraham Accord in Middle East, or try to tackle with the nuclear issue of Iran. So again, there is advantage. Advantage is that he is kind of unpredictable, and the disruptive leadership may help to make a progress on those issues. But the flip side is a risk that another risk is that he will maybe negotiate in a much weaker position. Let's look. He will only have 4 years, but virtually he have only 2 years before the midterm election.
Right.
So compared to the leader in North Korea or China and Russia, so he's in a weaker position. So that is a risk.
Yeah.
Then final point: how we should mitigate or take advantage. I think there are 3 approaches. One is a bad approach. Second is a good approach. And third is a best approach. And the bad approach is to preach Trump and then try to change his mind. We all know that it is very, very counterproductive. Then good approach is to mitigate the risk for US allies in Europe or Asia by collaborating together to absorb better shock of coming from Trump. Maybe we are doing it already. Collaboration. But the maybe best approach is to take advantage of his slogan, that is, make America great again. So I would say maybe we can tell him like this. As a US allies, we really want US to become greater again. And also, we also want to be greater again, even greater, together with US. In this context, we are very willing to do whatever we could support for your big deal to be successful. So this approach will maybe give more leverage than preaching or flattening Trump.
Okay, well, thank you for covering so much ground in a very short time like this, but we're going to try to make it more as a conversation and less an expose.